would love to see that.
Call the meeting back to order. The next thing would be 9B, and then we'll talk about QZAB funding.
Yes, sir. We've been in discussion for quite some time about pursuing this QZAB funding. And if you'll remember, I think 2 months ago, the board had authorized me to sign the application that the school board would send to basically get word on the QZAB application and the status of that. They've since received a letter authorizing the QZAB funding, and Mr. Bell is here with us tonight. If you want to speak a little bit about that, I think it was just received today or yesterday. The school board has just received that letter yesterday.
Should be. You should have a copy of it.
Yes, I do. I have had a copy of it emailed to me, and now we're in a position to where the county has to get some things done and get some things in order before we can move forward with pursuing that. And Rory, I'd ask you to speak to that if you would, on what obligations that we still have to meet prior to moving forward.
Okay, one issue out there, and Chester could probably speak to this or chime in, is the issue of the security for the loan. We already have an outstanding QZAB loan on the Highland School, and chime in if you found out anything recently. But we need to determine, did we obligate the whole property for that loan? Because of course lenders, they don't want to take second position on a loan typically. So I think the school's attorney is looking into that to determine what we pledged as collateral for that loan. Because according to the general statutes, when you enter into a 159.30 financing, you have to, the property that the improvements are made upon, you have to pledge at least a portion of those properties for collateral. So that's one issue. Have you learned anything since our last conversation?
I have spoken with John Hennington, the school board's attorney, and he is going to be looking into what collateral is and is not available. As you had brought to my attention, there's actually been two loans up there. One in connection with the gymnasium project. I don't know what lands were actually included in that, but that one has since paid off. So that potentially might be a part solution. And then there's the most recent QZAB that covers, I think, some of the faster
The parcels up there, I'm kind of familiar with them, and you're correct. And if you look at on your website, the tax website, you'll see that there's more than just one parcel of land up there for the part of the light QZAB, which was the elementary wing of the school. That's the section that was placed for that loan. The gym should be free. And I'm thinking there's a third section out there, out toward the sports field and where the high school is. I think he's shaking his head because he's probably looked too, but I'm remembering that there's 3 sections of land up there. And we only obligated for that loan, that section, that the elementary wing, that we could position with most of the footprint of that wing was setting in for that last QZAB.
And then the other thing is, since the school board received this letter yesterday afternoon, we know that there has been a QZAB allotment. So now, Derek and I need to have a conversation with BF and LGC, just kind of let him know what we're doing. He'll email us an application. Part of that application, there's kind of one of the first steps for the county commissioners is to adopt a resolution which will authorize myself and Derek to make applications for this loan approval. And then somewhere in the mix, we'd send out an RFQ for architectural services. The school board has rated there were 2 terms. My staff wants to just kind of rate it, for our involvement. And then, of course, it would be up to you as the commissioners if you wanted to select an architect, enter into a contract, with the understanding, of course, that we're having to front the money until the loan would come through and we would do a reimbursement resolution. which would, allow us to reimburse ourselves for those architectural expenditures.
I would equal say the problem working in schools is that we've got a very short window of time that we can actually get work done without inconveniencing the students. With the majority of lots of heating, air conditioning, whatever it might be. So if it's all possible, I think it would be great if we could put some high gear, seeing it coming up in the school years with ducks in a row. Even if we have to call a meeting next Tuesday or later this week.
For the benefit of the board, our county manager has requested a meeting with Lake Terry and Dr.
That's for a different subject.
Actually, talked to me about this as well.
Okay, it wasn't on my memo. My memo said it was going to be a sports field, and then this was not included, so.
Yeah, we intend to talk about this issue as well. Nail down the security that's intended to be used. I put that issue once and for all to bed. We need some clarity on where these improvements are going to be. I know y'all know where they're going to be, but we've not sat down and discussed this. We need to know where those are. We've also got to talk about putting together appropriate local agreement and making sure y'all are happy with the architectural services that are going to be recommended, and that we, basically we like getting them.
Just so that,
That's scheduled for this Thursday.
Right.
Your information.
This Thursday.
So if everything comes together, followed up on Commissioner Tate, can we be ready next Tuesday? We have the resolution, you have your resolution ready next Tuesday?
Yeah.
And in that resolution, let me just add one more thing to me. And it's asbestos abatement.
yeah, that's why I wanted to do that.
That has to be done, of course, with no QZAB and the school being out before long. And I'm speaking to Mr. Fields, who is liaison to the school, that we would, Mr. Fields, so to speak to, we'd like to see that included as part of the upfront money. We will get do that abatement.
That would be up to you.
Right, in that, the last project we did in Highlands on abatement, that was in elementary legal, we had to do the same thing. What we can do is, if you front the abatement money, then I'll go ahead and secure it. We can do the 3 informal bids, if I'm correct, and so do 3 informal bids, award that bid, and tell them that they have to start work before school is out. They can come in on Friday afternoon, they resection the building up, they take a section of it out on Friday and Saturday, they run the air quality test on Sunday, they have to provide us with a copy of that air quality test clearing the building before students can turn back on Monday. We did that in cycles at Highlands in the elementary wing, so I can have that abatement completed. What it means is it'll progressively go by the time school is out, and I need to get it done before we have the end of course test, but they'll be on bare concrete and all the vinyl flooring will be not high, I'm talking about units. That didn't cross my brain. But even at Union, we'll have them down in bare concrete full-time schools out. That way, if we could get this project moving forward, then we can start work when needed when school is out with demolition and putting things back, so that we can have a lot of it done. Will we get done by the time school starts to follow? If it's the perfect world and everything happens, so we can start on June the 13th? No, there's going to be work going on when school starts in August, but we've been there and done that before. And I've talked to the principals of those schools, and they have plans on how they can move classes and work and sort this thing around so that hopefully by November 1, the project should be over. So, and there's an 8-week lead time on HVAC units, so that's another thing. You've got to get things moving because we don't want to come up into mid-October in Highlands and not have HVAC units up there. It's kind of cold.
So assuming that we have the resolution, or assuming that this board decides to proceed, the resolution, I don't think is going to say this, give you and the county manager and the county attorney the permission to proceed from the LGC, right? So
And we'd also.
Well, there'd also be a reimbursement.
Reimbursement resolution.
Right.
So that
And then we don't have to get out to the LGC to move our application along, we'll do that.
Well, you're not, I mean, that's,
They're pretty tight. They meet
they're
the
pretty
first
tight.
Tuesday
They're
of the
gonna want
month.
that thing a month before they.
He'll hesitate to look at it.
I mean, looking at my calendar, I guess my best estimate would be, we could probably get on there and probably gonna be there.
They just meet twice a month.
Or once a month, isn't it?
They will meet twice a month.
Probably the first Tuesday of July.
One of the primary
You have to have
purposes,
construction bids in hand.
yeah, you're gonna have to put it out for bid, have those bids in hand. And,
We need to, you know.
we're also gonna have to shop the finance.
Yeah. we gotta do
Those things have all got to be done. That having been said, this meeting is set for Thursday. In my mind, this is the primary purpose of this. The other issue, I think we'll be able to work with pretty quickly. This is all designed to find ways to see what we can do to speed the project along, figure out what the timetable, the desired timetable is, and find fit.
I guess, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the liaison committee for the schools, what's really your call about having this meeting go on the next Tuesday night? Unless something comes up on the meeting Thursday, something blows up.
It sounds to me like and the school board may have some solutions to that security issue. Are you thinking we may have?
I'm thinking that we have, the security issue should be okay.
If we get that worked out, that was the major area of studying too. If we get that worked out. If we got that worked out, then I think that we'll be looking at ways to explore ways to expedite.
Is that the Highlands project?
That, well, you got a union and Highlands project. So, that has to do with Highlands. I'm saying the union school is entirely unencumbered. Is that correct? The union school property is entirely
Yes, it's
unencumbered.
Go ahead, Gary. You go.
I just make a comment that you and I had an opportunity to visit Union again. And we need to get this moving ASAP. These kids cannot, the staff, the teachers, the students in the community, they're not being treated like we've treated other communities. This county commission has done a super job of putting other schools in place. And Union Academy is in dire need of our help. Get those kids in some place where you can learn, where teachers can teach. Teaching and learning has to be there. And I'll be honest with you, they don't have the environment for it. Learning is a challenge. And Mr. Hayden may have seen something different, but I was a little sorry for him.
Yeah, I agree that, Gary, I did go down and look at it because I was questioning as I do everything about the cost of the remodel. You know, it's my personal opinion. I don't think we need to rebuild Union School, Union Academy for $1.5 million. Gary and I, we discussed a few things. Obviously, there's some things that need to be done, but this is the alternative school for those children that do not fit into the standard. How would you describe it, Mr. Bell?
Well, that, yes, and then there's multiple reasons why you could be there. They're not, they may be students who not have great success in the public setting, and they need to try to pass the grades so they can move on, and so now they get individualized attention. Some may be additional problems that are sent there for that reason. And then there's reasons that may be family related that's caused problems in their lives, and they just haven't been successful. So, I don't want to paint a picture that these are throwaway kids. They're not throwaway kids.
They're very important people.
And you're trying to change behaviors, whether it be behavioral or attendance problems or whatever. You're trying to change behaviors. Certainly, the environment in which they're in helps to get that mindset of change. And so that's one reason so far.
You see that there'll always be a need, you know, back in our day, we never had an alternative school.
It's mandated. It's
Mandated
one of those mandated things now, and it's not going to go away.
And I agree, there's a lot of things, Gary, I walked through every room in there. The ceiling tiles are bad, the carpet, the windows, $1.5 million, you know, someone made a comment that, you know, well, if we invest that, and it should ever change use, we would have that investment in that school building. We're trying to sell some stages for $150,000, so we'd be smart to use it to try to build the asset, build value. The abatement thing, are you talking of taking every floor covering? Is there another option besides abatement? Can you cover it? And that's is that a requirement by, I know in the private sector you
Yeah, there's a special department in Raleigh that deals with that, and they've already been in contact with me. And if we do anything up there, then we've got to clean this up. It's right now, it's not a problem. I've explained that to the media. Please remember, I've explained that to you, that there's not a health hazard there now. But once you start...
You went to school.
Yeah. I was principal there for 6 years. But once you start renovation, you cannot renovate, you cannot do anything until you go in and remove the material first. It has to be done by a licensed abatement company. We can't even have another company on site doing renovation work until that is done, and we have our quality test back showing that the quality bearing at the school is safe. We had these same problems down at Halo when we renovated down at Halo. We did the same thing in East Franklin when we did renovation in East Franklin School.
Is there any motion or anything we need from the board or need from the person to move this forward, maybe next Tuesday?
I think there will be some paperwork needed for Tuesday's meeting, but I think we will have a better idea of what that paperwork would look like after our meeting on Thursday. So the action tonight will continue this
That's
week.
what I'm hearing. Are we still going to go next Tuesday?
What time's that meeting, Thursday? 3 p.m.
Where?
County Manager's Conference Room? Is that what you're-
Yeah, our office, Southwest Main Street.
Is that open to the public?
Well, just keep in mind, I mean, if there's more than 2 board members show up, we have to call them. I mean,
It's not a call.
It's not a called meeting. This is a meeting between basically the administration, the school board, and the county manager.
Well, you have to,
No.
Bill's not going to.
No, that's student liaison.
No.
Those two are.
Yeah.
I just slowed down.
But those questions that you have, they're linked out here to the public. It needs to be answered. They need to be on the table. Let's talk about it. If we don't, I don't think we're making progress. We've got to talk about it. I'd like to do that.
Thursday at 3.
Thursday at 3.
not going to. Yeah.
Thursday at 3 at your office?
We'll continue this meeting until next Tuesday night at